Duolingo is an app where you can like learn languages and stuff, but sometimes it asks you to translate some really weird sentences. So today we're going to be taking a look at some of the strangest, as compiled by the Twitter account Strange Duolingo Sentences. The elephant has to drink less wine. Now, this may sound stupid, and to be fair, it does, but it brings me on to a really cool fact that I know. Elephants eat fruit to get drunk. I know, it's crazy, because when we eat fruit, we don't get drunk, but they do. Hang on, I've got to look this up just to make sure it's actually true. Despite the popularity of these stories in the public imagination, they have often been dismissed as myths. Scientists concluded that it would be unlikely for elephants to eat enough fermented fruit to get drunk because they are so large. But they can. They can. And wine is just basically fermented grapes. So this makes sense. Why do I exist? Look at that, Duolingo's gaining sentience now. I do not remember my father. When are you going to accept that we're not a couple? I wonder if there's someone at Duolingo assigned to, like, making these sentences, because there must be. Like, Duolingo has been around for too long. It can't be, like, ChatGPT or whatever it's called. It can't be AI that's doing this. But at the same time, who would write something like this? And, like, the elephant one. Who would write that? And why do I exist? That's very existential for Duolingo. Everyone has to die. You see what I mean? The sentences like this just sound less ominous in other languages. Please take a shower immediately. I'm actually crying a little bit. My horses collect teeth. The horses even have like the brain capacity to understand what collecting means. The man is eating a tomato and salt. I mean, like, you cut a tomato in half and salt it and pepper it when you put it in like a frying pan for a fry up, don't you? So that one's all right. But that sentence does make it sound like he's just getting a tomato and dunking it in salt and then eating it. Okay, here's one to remember. It's a good saying, this one. A famous German saying that I hold dear to my heart. When the mice are also wearing jewelry, the party is over. Oh, it is an actual saying. I just looked at the replies. This means keep the lower class subservient or else society will fall. Totally agree. I agree. Why is the sheep skateboarding around the printer? Surely that's not what that means. My dog is unemployed and only has one eye. Well, as opposed to being an employed dog. I mean, to be fair, there are police dogs, but are they employed? Do they get paid? And if so, what do they spend their money on? I wonder. Sorry, your doctor is now playing volleyball. Sorry, my brain just shut off for a second. Like, actually for like 5 seconds. Like, no words would come out of my mouth. I'm eating bread and crying on the floor. We've all been there. It's a depressing moment when you've got like no other food in the house except bread. So you decide to just eat bread on its own. I am the cheese. That doesn't look like it means that. I don't know. I'm guessing that. I don't know what language that is. I was going to say German, but it probably isn't. It's Norwegian, and apparently it does mean I am the cheese. It's child milk. What? They must have this wrong. They must have like the grammar in this wrong. Although if these were flipped, it would be even more worrying. You're dancing in the street. Are you not doing well? Is that a normal thing for French people to be doing when they're sad, dancing in the street? I want to become a computer. We've all had thoughts like this. Life would be so much easier if you were just a computer. I still have nightmares about the weeping angels. To be fair, same. That episode was fucking terrifying and it haunts me to this day. I don't think even in like 50 years time I could have any stone statues in my house or garden. Even if my neighbour had them, I'd be terrified. Wow, fox's milk. Is that a delicacy in another part of the fox's milk? I thought foxes basically only lived in England. I guess there are different types of foxes probably. But still, that's not the main point I'm talking about. Milk. Fox's milk. Are you taking the car? We're going to school by plane. All right, all of us get the luxury of doing that. Actually, no, that's not even a luxury. Who the fuck would want to get on a plane to go to school? I fall asleep and suffer. I am eating dinner alone because I don't have friends. Is it not normal to eat dinner alone? I mean, like, I don't know about going to a restaurant on my own, but is it not normal to eat dinner on your own? I don't love you. I only love mayonnaise, mid-condiment. Like, not even, I don't even like mayonnaise. I don't like mayonnaise, but if it's on like a burger, I won't mind. I don't get it when people put mayonnaise on chips though. That's just fucking weird. It's been like 2 years. It's been 3 years maybe even. And I still find Among Us funny. You have tasty juice. Okay. I am not looking for problems. Problems are looking for me. The president is in danger. You look a little bit too happy to be saying that. The samurai killed himself with a katana. That is definitely too happy of an expression while saying that. The boy is running from the man. That's not an appropriate reaction either. Just like a... The boy is running from the man. Not appropriate at all, Duolingo. Rethink. Do better. Fortunately, I am not your father. My sister is in prison. Do not pray to the demon.
Don't tell me what to do, Duolingo. I do what I want.
One day you'll wake up and wonder where your life has gone. I do that fucking every day, Duolingo. He does not want to die. Too bad. Today as well, I will gaze into the distance and cry. Here's another one similar to one we read before. I'm depressed and crying on the floor. And he's just like, oh, yeah, I'm depressed and crying on the floor. Oh, that's not a man that is depressed and crying on the floor. My father does not believe in me. I saw myself in the mirror and cried. I'm sorry to hear that. I visit the graves and sacrifice. And this is apparently Latin. That makes sense for that seems like the sort of thing people who speak Latin would do. Well, no one speaks Latin these days. People that did Latin at school are just like posh, like privately educated people. No one fucking, there's no point in Latin. No one speaks it anymore. But back in the day when people spoke Latin, this seems like the sort of shit they do. Why is it small? I was wondering what that meant. The cocks are strong. No, I'm not ashamed to be naked. It's natural. Yeah, good for you. Good for you. You just shouldn't be afraid of prison because it's just a room. It's natural. It's natural to be in a space. Is there internet in heaven? I fucking hope not. I hope when I die that is my release. I never have to go on the internet ever again. Yes, I have your address. That's not even like a sinister sentence. I'm pretty sure I've done this one in Duolingo before, but for some reason, because it's on this account, it just seems so ominous. The problem is that you are too ugly. Why do I never get any of these weird sentences when I use Duolingo? I use Duolingo all the fucking time. I never get anything like this. Maybe I'm just not advanced or long enough to get the weird sentences. The dessert, that's for me. The check, that's for you. What a man boss. You tell her, king. I fear a slow and painful death. My husband doesn't eat children. It's a bit suspicious that you're having to clear that up anyway. The olives are fat. That's a perfectly fine sentence. Olives can be fat. It makes sense. Mother is tasty. People in the replies are saying that's not what it says. Fair enough. Still funny. You stink. Nice, simple, short sentence. Lovely. Why are corpses running after us? What is it with Norwegian? I've seen an odd amount of like Norwegian translations just be fucking weird. What is going on over there? We don't know her age. Ooh. You probably want to learn that Duolingo Chad character. That duck is very rich. Again, Norwegian. Is Scrooge McDuck a real person in Norway? Tell me, enlighten me, please. A young woman was run over by a bus. Yes! My daughter died and became a zombie that tried to eat my brain. Again, no, hang on. Actually, have I been getting... That's Denmark. That one's Denmark. All right, yeah, most normal Nordic country. Do you want to be able to walk? That sounds like a threat. All right, we're going to end this video on a great sentence. Subscribe. The balls are big. Amazing.